All right, let's get you a sense of the situation this morning in Diepsloot. Our reporter Linda Mnisi is tracking that story. And Linda, you've been there since very early this morning. What can you tell us?
Well, Michelle, like you've just mentioned, the ministers will be coming here. And this was, of course, announced early in the week when Police Minister Bheki, together with the National Police Commissioner, visited this area. This is when, of course, the protest started. But, of course, today we're expecting that process then of verifying, what is the claim of undocumented migrants here in Diepsloot. In fact, we're expecting police to release an update in terms of whether or not they've made arrests overnight and whether or not they've made arrests or any progress in terms of the investigations of the murder of Elvis Nyati. Of course, the report now is that it's a group of a mob that allegedly committed this particular crime. But given the fact that the TRT has been on the ground since the first visit of the minister, it would be interesting to really find out over 24 hours later what progress has been made in that particular investigation and what exactly the police will want to teach members of the public, because we're seeing this grow in South Africa, where members of the public, where citizens, civilians are going to people's houses asking them to verify their nationality without, of course, the expert knowledge of how to go about that. And ultimately, Michelle, it leads to such incidences. How the police minister and his team could not anticipate that this could have happened is really one of the big questions that still needs to be answered. So today then, we're expecting them to do this process properly and, of course, rid the streets of Diepsloot of criminality.
Of course, the other big question that the police minister, Bheki, will have to answer, Linda, is whether the additional officials that have been employed to Diepsloot have indeed been effective. He spoke about that yesterday. He was insistent that it will make a difference. It has made a difference. Of course, the people living there will tell a different story.
Absolutely, Michelle, and this is coming from a minister who's also conceded that previously they've had interventions in this community, and what they've failed to do is actually maintain and manage their own systems to ensure that we don't see such violence break out, rather. We've seen, xenophobic attacks taking place here in Diepsloot, and which is the question that I asked him, that are you not scared that we might see violence break out, people losing their lives? And he said that, in fact, having these TRT members on the ground will curb that. But, of course, the murder of Elvis Nyati proves, otherwise to what he said. So now, Michelle, what will be interesting to watch really is the response of the community here. Do they still trust that the police are capable of, restoring law in their community? Because it's not only, migrants that are under siege. Community members themselves have complained about crime and how people are being killed. In fact, police have gone on to verify the number of people that have been killed over the past weekend, saying that since the 30th of March, leading up to yesterday, there's only been about 5 people that have been killed in this particular community. Obviously, dismissing the claim that there was 7 people during the past weekend that were killed. So, it'll be interesting what they make of the new interventions and what will happen going forward, because the maintenance and the management of that becomes very important.
Linda, so what time does this delegation of government officials arrive in Diepsloot this morning?
From what we're told, Michelle, we're expecting them to start arriving at around 9 o'clock this morning, where that process will start unfolding.
All right, Linda Mnisi, you'll, of course, keep us up to speed on that story as it develops. That visit by Bheki and Motsaloadi set to kick off from 9 o'clock. Linda is live to us there in Diepsloot.